Hey everyone, your friendly neighborhood cat is back with another part to my Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 series. So in this series, if you're not familiar with it, we are building a park. There are obviously other videos to this series. I think there's 2, so I believe this is the 3rd part. Don't quote me on that, because I have no idea what I am doing half the time. But anyways, we are actually working on a new part. Before we were working on kind of like the Africa and beach part of the park, and now we're working on kind of the Halloween, like creepy, scary, spooky island, I guess you could say, part of the park. So yeah, keeping it nice and dark, kind of trying to give it like there's a little bit of fog around the mountains, which I think worked really well, especially considering the texture, like terrain painting, texture painting, that kind of stuff is not the greatest in this game. So I don't actually know if I even keep this ride. I honestly do not think so, but maybe I did. I never really know what I'm doing, so I would not be surprised in the slightest. Maybe I did keep it. That's weird. Okay. And yeah, just throwing in little rides in the beginning here. One thing that was really frustrating was trying to get the path to work. It did not want to snap or like create properly to any places that I originally put it, which was a little bit frustrating to say the least. But yeah, just kind of making the lineups right now. It's always hard to like determine what you're going to have your lineup as. So I think in one part of this build, I end up actually changing the way the lineup is on one of the rides, and I make it longer. It just, there was more people wanting to get on the ride, and it just wasn't long enough. So it's always hard to tell what people are going to like and what people are going to dislike. I don't know if there's like actual game logistics to it, but yeah. So just kind of doing very small decor changes here, trying to figure out what I want the platforms of the rides to look like. I ended up just keeping them black and dark. I really wish the queue paths could be a more plain color, but I'm sure they have fixed that since then in the new Roller Coaster Tycoon that is coming out. So yeah, I'm going to try to finish up this park in the next month here. Try to get it all done and ready to go so that I can maybe play the other one. Nice little pause there, probably me trying to figure out what I'm doing. It was really hard. I haven't actually played this game before. I used to play like Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 and like Roller Coaster Tycoon, and I've never played this. So this was my first time playing around with it. I almost wish that I built a park first and then like did this with you guys. I feel like it probably would have turned out better. I was still kind of learning how to do paths and how to set up rides and how to change like the gates and everything. And for the most part, I have been like recording this on and off, like far apart from each other. So yeah, it's been pretty hard to get back into the swing of it. I definitely just need to like continuously do this. It does look really cool at night though. Probably my favorite part of the park at night. I did delete a bunch. I was like playing around with the terrain a bit, and I just deleted a lot of that out of this video. I didn't think it was necessary, and I thought you guys would be pretty bored if I left it in. So this roller coaster turns out pretty okay. The new, however, building roller coasters in the new Roller Coaster Tycoon, I guess like Roller Coaster Tycoon 4 or Roller Coaster Tycoon World, I can't remember what it's actually called. I watched a video on it, and it looked really, really neat and super, super satisfying. So I watched a couple people actually. I think his name is like Hellish or something. I'll leave the link in the description below. And then I also obviously watched The Sims Supply, which I think the channel that he does normal, like I can't remember what the name of his normal channel is. But I'll also link that down below so you guys can check out what the new game looks like. It's pretty sweet looking. I'm really excited. I hope they add animals in it again though. I love doing like, I don't know, I guess zoos in my theme parks. I think that's always fun. And it's kind of nice because it's in a game, so you know the animals are not suffering as much. I feel like every once in a while you'll see a notification pop up on like the animals are starving or there's too much feces in their cage. So I tried to fix that a few times, but you know, it's hard to take care of animals. I should have put the animals in after I built everything, but I just wasn't thinking. A cool feature that they added in this one that wasn't in the second one is that ability to like just make it fix itself, like end the ride itself, so you don't have to find the perfect piece. It just kind of does it for you. So that's pretty neat. I found that out while building this ride. This was the forced roller coaster. This was the first roller coaster that I actually had built in this game, so I think we're pretty good. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I wanted it to kind of like go a little ways into this spooky island. I'm just gonna call it Spooky Island. I hope I don't get like copyright issues here, but yeah. For those of you that don't know, Spooky Island is from Scooby-Doo, I think like 2 or 3 Monsters Unleashed. And as you can see now, I'm like hiring more animal keepers and stuff because my pets are going rampant and I had to like keep boxing them and putting them back. For some reason, nobody wanted to fix those fences. I have no idea why. I swear that's like the fence that they recommended that you use. Like, oh, I kept just having to like tranquilize them. I tell you, running a park is not as it seems. And yeah, hiring more mechanics because I found out that zookeepers don't actually fix that. It's your mechanics that end up fixing that. And then I extend this part of the park a little bit more. The ironic thing is, at this moment, I got like an award for the tidiest park, and there was like puke and stuff laying all over the place. So I honestly have no idea how that was possible, but you know, this isn't real life, so maybe the other parks in the area look really bad. And I do end up like encasing this little area in a river, which is kind of cute, or kind of scary, I guess you could say. I really, like, this roller coaster is okay. I'm not super happy with it. It's so hard building a roller coaster and like trying to make it like interesting but still function. And I didn't want it to look like it wasn't supposed to be like that. I don't know. Messed up a few times here. It's just so hard, you know? It's just so darn hard. I think I end up painting that little terrain area too, so you can't actually really tell that that's not supposed to be there. It's kind of like a snake coaster, I guess. I wanted it to be like a little bit whimsical, kind of. I don't know, I pictured this roller coaster being in like Nightmare Before Christmas or something. So that's what I was going for. And it does work, which is pretty nice. At first it wouldn't like snap to it, so I had to like zigzag it a bit, which is fine, whatever. As long as it works and nobody dies, I'm fine with it. It looks like it's going really fast right now, but it's because this video is sped up. This is a speed build too. I did not want you guys to have to sit through me like just building the entire time. I'm not very good at this kind of stuff, so it's easier for me to go through like trial and error and then cut parts that are unnecessary than you guys just like having to sit through it this entire time. I do end up adding some more food stalls and such over in this area so people can actually eat. And I do a nice little like food area over by the other roller coaster, by that little lake there, so I do add more food stalls so people can eat and they're not like dying and starving. I'm hoping tomorrow to record and edit and upload my monthly favorites. I know I'm really late, but like I feel like I have a legitimate excuse, and it's not just because I'm sick. I'm also sick right now, but like I got surgery, which I think I mentioned in the last video, so that's why I just didn't really feel like uploading. I still have like my bandage on my face, so that should be interesting, but it's just like on the side of my face. It's not super noticeable. But yeah, I think I'm still gonna upload it. I was kind of contemplating whether I was going to or not, but there's a lot of things that I've discovered this month that I want to talk about, so I thought that would be kind of fun. Fun and interesting and exciting. I'm also in like the middle of packing right now, so I'm like trying to like dig through stuff and like get things ready for the move. It's nice not working though, because then I just spend all my time like editing and recording videos, which is so much fun. Like the best excuse in the world ever to game. And I think I make like Cheshire. I cannot. I'm obviously mispronouncing that, but like a Cheshire oh my god, a Cheshire cat ride coming up too. And that's probably one of my favorite rides in this whole game so far that I built. I know it's actually really simple. I'm working on it right now, trying to find the perfect platform area. But I don't know, I thought it was kind of fun, and it's super popular too, so I don't actually know. Wait, is this Cheshire Cats or is it like the pumpkins? I can't remember. I honestly have no idea anymore. But yeah, I tried to snake it through some rides so people could have fun and travel throughout the whole park. I always try to make rides that I'm like, I want this to look interesting and cool. Like, if I was at this park, I would want to ride this ride. That's basically what I go for when I'm building rides. And I want there to be interesting things to look at, too, so. You kind of saw me jump into night a little bit there. Yeah, this isn't, like, oh yeah, it's a ghost train, I think it's called, or something like that. I don't actually know. I think it says somewhere on the screen, but, I don't know. Maybe it only says it when I click on the ride. I can't actually remember. But yeah, I hope I end up putting in, like, a Cheshire Cat ride, too. I think that fits in. I don't think, like, I have put it in yet, but I will put it in. I am going to make a video near the last, like, just, like, finishing touches and adding rides that I haven't yet added. I would like to add one of every ride, so I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'd like to do eventually. Who knows if I'll actually get that done, but for now, this is what we have. I'm pretty certain that the next video, well, like the next part to this series, will be the western area. I'm so excited to get that started. So I think that will be the next part that I work on. But yeah, it looks really cool at night here. I would love to be in this park. I think I add a couple more lanterns too, maybe. The crappy thing is I made, like, this place look so cool. I added so many, like, animatronic things and little, like, decorations, and I exited the game, but it doesn't ask you, like, would you like to save? No. Do you want to continue? Like, you know how it double asks you in some games to make sure that you're not just, like, accidentally exiting out? And that's what I did, is I exited out without saving, and so I lost a lot of it, which is a little bit crappy and upsetting. I also use a lot of these houses. I think they're pretty cool. They are very, very neat. Oh, and this giant Ferris wheel, I thought it just was, like, awesome. I wish I could have gotten it in the middle of the spooky area, but the outskirts is fine, and I'm gonna litter around it with a bunch of rides too, so it will be good. It will all turn out in the end. I do move it over a bit, though, so that I can add, like, a little food area over here. I end up making, like, a little haunted house food area, which is kind of neat. I really like how it turned out. I kept messing up, though. Like, the logistics of building walls and, like, buildings in this game is a little bit messed up, like what I'm doing right now. But it works. It works for the most part. I mean, for when this game came out, I think it was ahead of its time, but of course now it's not really. I feel like all the games, like, that were released maybe like 5 years ago, that type of thing, they were all going for such a realistic look, and now, like, the most popular thing is just a cartoon look. Like, even The Sims 4 compared to The Sims 3, The Sims 3 was headed in a way more realistic direction, and now it's just, like, more cartoony, which I love, don't get me wrong, I think it's awesome, but it's kind of interesting to see how all these games have, like, changed and evolved, and how they're all turning into, I guess you could call them, like, cartoony things. Even Roller Coaster Tycoon 4, I definitely recommend you guys go check out one of the 2 links below to look at that video. But yeah, it's going in a more cartoony approach. I like it. I feel like too, if you go for cartoony, you can kind of do other things. When they go too realistic, then most people just get upset and they're like, this isn't realistic, you said it was going to be realistic. So I think it's a way of, like, giving people what they want without completely destroying their hopes and dreams, you know? But yeah, here's me putting it back in that Ferris wheel. I swear I've never in my entire life seen a Ferris wheel this big, and I'm so glad, because I would never be able to get on it. I am deathly afraid of heights. One ride that I absolutely love at the fair, though, is, like, It's called the Fireball where I'm from, but it's just like a round roller coaster. Like the roller coaster is in a circle, and you just like flip upside down. And it's just like a circle, a loop, like one loop. I don't even know if I'm like explaining this good enough to you guys. But yeah, it's just one big circle, and the roller coaster just like rotates in this circle. So that is probably my favorite ride. If you guys hear me talking about my favorite ride right now, feel free to comment below what your favorite fair ride is. I will be sure to like or comment back to you guys. I'm always interested to see what people like. I think fairs are one of those places that everyone just has such different opinions on rides and things. So some people might hate a certain ride, and then other people will love it and be obsessed with it. I like those little ghost lantern guys. They're just so cute. And they look ridiculous when this like stuff is sped up. I don't actually know if you can speed up the game. I assume you can speed up the game, but who knows? I'm sure there's someone that knows, just not I. I also like those signs. I wish I could figure out how to use them correctly though, which I don't know how. Clearly people are like using them though and walking under them, so I know I didn't mess it up too bad. I found out that there's a lot of things I wish I put in the beach area that I didn't. I should, like before I even start recording, I should just go through and just see all the rides and take a really strong look at everything so I can kind of get a good idea of where I want certain items, but of course I didn't do that because I was just excited to show you guys this. Like those water guns, I wish they were planned in a cooler area, but nice little low battery sign coming up on my Mac, which happens a lot to me because I'm constantly just like laying in bed instead of sitting at my office desk. I bought a nice desk so I could lay in bed to game. It's just so typical. Yeah, I'm going back in and decorating. This is when I kind of got sick of decorating though. I had already went through and decorated it once, like I mentioned before, and then it all got deleted, so I was just a little disappointed. And I think I also build my trench coming up here soon. Oh, and a nice little like haunted maze or haunted house. Oh no, it's a mirror house. That's what I just put down. And yeah, mostly just little rides, nothing that I've built coming in here. I'm hoping to add more like built rides in it, so you guys can check those out. Thought that would be fun. Oh, why am I yawning? It's like so early still. But I don't know what I just opened. I think you can actually like on the billboards put your own pictures. I should just like put a big picture of myself. Or like Scooby-Doo, I could put a giant billboard of like Spooky Island from Scooby-Doo. That would be a good idea. And this didn't work the way I wanted it to, so I had to keep going back and like redoing it. And I think I just went back and completely redid it, and then it messed up my water over here. Like it's just not a good time. Yeah, this is me messing around with this a lot. Trying to make it work. And I think I just like go back and like redo the entire thing. But I can't actually remember. It probably takes me a minute here of trying to figure it out. Oh, nice little long lineup of things that are going wrong in my park there. It's so hard to bring the like those random squares that get stuck at the bottom up. It's really frustrating too. And I may have figured it out a bit. Yeah, I just end up redoing it all here. And yeah, I think this last like couple minutes is just me messing around with this, trying to get it right. The problem is I don't understand the way terrain works in this game. So I had to learn like the hard way pretty much. And people are so annoying. Like those little like, you delete a path and they still have people walking on it for an extended period of time. So they just don't care. But that's fine. I will just drown them. I tried to drown someone too, and you can't really do that in this game anymore. Very disappointed to see that. That was my favorite thing to do. I had a really messed up childhood though, so that should tell you guys something. I think this is the last like ride I put in. I just kind of dress in terrain paint after this. There's also only like a minute left of the video. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any suggestions, things you'd like to see changed, or rides you want to see added, I would love to hear your feedback. I definitely will be taking up your suggestions in one of my videos. Like maybe I'll do a suggestions video if there are any, and then my video after that will be like last minute changes type thing. I don't actually know if there's a way to upload this so you guys can play it, but if there is, I will figure it out. Anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hey everyone, your friendly neighborhood cat is finally back with another house building video. I don't know how long it's been, but let's not speculate too much.